T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And don't mess with the wrong melon farmers. Thug life. And here we go.
I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, I knew that hell would not have him.
You are all my children now.
This is as far as you go. No more.
Hello, Sydney. Are you God damn you.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. This force, this thing that lived inside of him came from a source too violent, too deadly for you to imagine. It grew inside him, contaminating his soul. It was pure evil. I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, I knew that hell would not have him. Ooh, baby, 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 ooh, baby.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Movies and Beyond. Once again, I am Michael, and today it's Tuesday. I never stream on Tuesdays unless I'm on Eric's show, but today I'm going to stream on Tuesday. And why am I going to stream on Tuesday? Because it's halfway to Halloween. This is not a normal time for me to stream either, but at the same time, I couldn't let Halloween, being halfway to Halloween, go without talking about it. Excuse me, a little bit. Like, you guys know that this channel talks a lot about Halloween. It's been a minute, but at the same time, I couldn't just not do anything for halfway to Halloween. So we're here to talk Halloween today. We could talk past, we could talk present, we could talk future. I am down to talk about all of it. Let's see who we have in the chat so far. Like I said, I'm not expecting this to be a huge stream tonight because not only day and time, but it's 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. here. So, but I definitely wanted to do something. Jerry Wilson in the chat saying, I can't wait for this one. Please smash that thumbs up button. Yes, if you have not hit that thumbs up button, please do so. It helps out the channel a bunch. Trust me, it helps out so much. Melissa, the wild card, is asking, is this a film or talk about Halloween? It's more of a talk slash celebration. I mean, not really a celebration, but we're going to talk some Halloween tonight. We're definitely going to talk some Halloween. Russell Dorsey in the chat as well saying, what's up, everyone? Smash that like button, Thug Lifestyle. Hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and let's have some fun. Can't wait for this. Thug Life. That's what I'm talking about. Russell, what's up, my man? I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great day, my friend. Just saying in the chat, saying halfway to Halloween, I'm down. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Sarah Campbell in the chat as well, saying, hey, friends, what's up, Sarah? I hope you're having a great week so far, and I hope you're having a great day. Dominic St. Clair in the chat as well, saying, hey, what's up, Dominic? I hope you are having a great week so far, my friend. I hope you are having a great week. Let's see. My Chunky Jordy is in the chat as well, saying, hi, everyone. What is going on? Nice to see you here at a live stream. Maybe it has to do with time. Maybe it has to do with time. And, that's something that I see, too, with times and everything. Depending on what time I stream, some people are able to make it, where usually they're not. And then others, can't because of the time. So it's always nice to kind of jumble up those times a little bit and to get to hang out with everyone. Michelle Guzman in the chat as well saying, hey, what's up, Michelle? I hope you're having a great day. Always good to see you here. Valves from Valves Views is in the chat as well. The General is in the chat, and the General always gets a salute from Movies and Beyond saying, what's up, y'all? What's up, Val? I hope you're having a great day, my friend. I hope you are having a great day. Let's see. Did I get everyone? I think that I might have gotten everyone chatting. God, you guys are so awesome talking in the chat. That is so cool. All right. I think that we are good for everyone that's talking. But yeah, guys, I wanted to get together and talk about Halloween. First off, before we dive into like the older stuff, I definitely wanted to jump on, and have a conversation with everyone in the chat. It's been a couple months since we got the news about a Halloween TV show. They gave us some spoiler. I think I still have the clips here in my StreamYard. We can bring those up as well to kind of talk a little bit about that and to get your guys' thoughts, almost in a time frame of it's been a couple months since we last got the news that there was going to be a Halloween show. And I'll bring some of those clips up here so we can kind of refresh ourselves on what was said. I remember what we were talking about then, all the possibilities that they could, go into and kind of trying to decipher what they were talking about. Because there is some, they gave us little hints, of course, they're not going to tell us exactly what it's about. They want us to watch it. They want us to check it out. So they're not going to give us, oh, it's going to be about this, this, and this, but I definitely want to kind of look at that since it's been a couple months since I've really, dove into that and kind of see like, where are we now? Like, what do we think that may be any different? What do we think that might be different now than we did back then? So let me see if I can bring these up. I think that they are still in my, yes, they are. They're still in from last time. So if you guys do remember, Bloody Disgusting reported Halloween, a Miramax TV series, will be a creative reset for the franchise. So the wording that they use with that, and creative resets, and it's like, God, you're really not telling me a whole lot with that, are you? You did very good with your choice of wording. You did very good in not really giving, too much away with what they think is, how do I word this? They did a great job with not giving anything away and kind of gave our imaginations, room to to, oh, it could be this, oh, it could be that, to keep us talking about it. I think that they did very good with that. And before I continue, though, I do want to say Sarah Campbell has gifted one Movies and Beyond membership. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that so much. You have no channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, and it looks like DJ Plays Favorites got that. That is so freaking awesome. That is so awesome. All right. But yeah, so looking at that, let me see where we're at in the chat. Let's see. Val is saying, I'm excited for a Halloween TV series. You know, I am too. And there were a lot of people that weren't. You know what I mean? It was kind of divided. And I'm not going to say it was like Halloween Ends divided, you know, to where it was just like you either love it or you hate it. And, you know, we're going to argue about it. But I am too. I'm definitely curious to see where they go with it. Especially, you know, some of the other things that I'm going to touch on here that we talked about before. But yeah, I'm definitely excited too. My Chunky Jordy saying, what's going on with Halloween fan films and YouTube? Brandon mentioned something, but I didn't catch it fully. Yeah, so I'm not going to dive too much into that because it's so new on what's going on, and I don't think that everybody really knows exactly, you know, the exact reason why. So I might touch on that at a later date. Right now, just know that yeah, they're definitely being pulled down for sure. Let's see. And I think that I am caught up here. Yes, I am. So one of the other things that I wanted to jump in, Sean has it in the chat as well, saying, "What's up, Michael and horror fans? Glad to be here." What's up, Sean? I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Oh, I didn't mean to bring up the Halloween End stuff. I definitely didn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and push through on that one, and try to avoid that, you know, as much as I can. But remember back, so Bloody Disgusting reported, we had learned this past October that Miramax landed the TV rights to the Halloween franchise, joining forces with Malika Koch Trankis International Films to bring Michael to the small screen. Miramax will be developing and co-producing the Halloween saga's first ever TV series, and Miramax head Mark Helwig provides an update to Deadline this week. What can we expect from the Halloween TV series, you ask? For starters, don't expect any kind of continuation of the storyline from David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy. That we knew, right? We definitely knew that it was going in that direction, to where they were not picking up where David Gordon Green's trilogy left off. So to me, I think that was a fantastic idea. Like I think that they couldn't have made a better choice with that. I know that there are a lot of people that want to see what happens next. You know, what happens with Andy Matichek's character, what happens with, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis, what happens with, you know, all of that stuff. But to me, it was just like, I kind of think that I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I kind of think that was good. Yeah, I can't even say that. I'm ready for something new, and I'm glad they decided to go that route and not really, you know, pull in uh uh this story. Don't get me wrong, you know, I really liked Andy Matichek's character, but man, like, mm, 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 mm. Anyway, moving on. He says, what can we expect from the Halloween TV series, you ask? For oh, I already read that. The foundation is of the original film, the John Carpenter movie, the character of that film, and perhaps a group of characters that we haven't really focused on much in recent film versions, or even in a number of them. So let me ask you guys this before I jump into the chat. I see a lot of ends talk in there, and yeah. It's over. It's over. We're gonna move on. Um, but you look at, you think about like the OG, you know, and you think about maybe side characters. Well, who are they really gonna focus on? You know what I mean? Like if you really think about side, are they gonna be characters that we haven't seen yet? I think that's kind of where my mind is going with this. You know, like I really feel like they're gonna do that. Like, I really don't see them, because if you really think about most of the characters in the Halloween movie, they pretty much had their story play out. I mean, you look at Lindsay Wallace, you look at Tommy Doyle, yeah, they had theirs, play out for that night. I don't really see them, diving into that too much. If you think about, Annie, you think about Bob, you think about Linda, you know, there weren't a whole lot of uh other characters, in that movie. That movie wasn't, it just didn't have a lot. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, this is saying, possibly new characters that they will have, in that time frame. But then again, it brings up more questions for me. Is it going to be after, Halloween? Is it going to be during? Like, where are they going to pick up from that? And I think that there's a lot of questions that have come up, with me just kind of looking over this article afterwards, after we did the show last time, and thinking about, where would they go with this? Like, who are the characters that they're going to focus on? To me, I think that, they really need to develop new characters and figure that out. Like, this is tough, you guys. Like, this is really tough with this. Let's see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Let's see. The Halloween ends talk. I see all of that. Let's see. Michelle is saying, just stay away from all topics ends, the copyright, Michael. I'm playing wishy-washy. You know what I mean? There are many times on this channel where we have been talking about one thing and Halloween ends comes up, and then all of a sudden, it's Halloween ends. Do we like it? Do we not like it? But you know what? We'll have a time in the show for that, because I do want to talk about Halloween past, and we will definitely get into it. You know what? I'll give you my where are my thoughts on Halloween ends 6 months later, right? Oh wait, it's been longer than that, right? How long has it been since Halloween came out? Halloween ends came out. Has it been like a year and 6 months? When the hell did that movie come out? See, it's so far out of my mind that I can't even process. Was that last year? That had to be last year. So like a year and some change, right? Good God, man. Good God. Let's see what else we have here. This was the one that really stuck out for me. Mark Helwig, when he was talking about it's a creative reset, completely going back to the original film, as opposed to spinning out any more of the recent film adaptations. So that's the thing. Like, you talk about the first part of, what he said. It is a creative reset completely. That word completely, that's the thing that stuck out to me the most with that, is it's just, you are going to completely reset this. You're going to just completely reset this whole thing. Does that mean we get a new Michael? Well, obviously we'd have to have a new Michael, but is it going to be taking place after Halloween 78? Or is it going to be during? Or are they going to start from total beginning, and do a creative reset completely? Like, starting off with, young Michael Myers, and the way that he, kills his sister, and then goes into Smith's Grove, like, that's kind of where I'm leaning with this. And I'm pretty sure, that that's where I was leaning a couple months ago, that it was just going to be, a complete, like, wipe it from scratch. Does that mean we're going to get a new Laurie Strode? Does that mean we're going to get a new Loomis? I feel like that's the way that this is going to go. But then again, what do I know, right? I'm just some idiot with a microphone sitting here talking about Halloween. Helwig also notes they're on a fast track, and it's a big priority for us. We've had lots of exciting conversations in recent months with a number of really talented people, and I think we have a pretty good idea of where we're going, of what we're going to be doing very soon. We're hoping to lock down a creative team very soon. Hearing that a couple months ago, I was kind of hoping that we would have heard something by now. Right? I mean, I know it was only 2 months ago, but just some kind of news that they would have put out by now. as opposed to, absolutely getting this big gap of actually hearing nothing, So let's see. Russell is saying Corey Cunningham gonna get y'all for not liking ants. It's yeah. And then we get, it's oh, I know we're gonna get into this. It's gonna happen, but it's fine. Let's see. October, yeah. So it was a year and a half. Because I was just thinking back, like it's only April, and I know I bought that steelbook a while ago. So it's yeah, it's been a year and some change, right? About a year and 6 months. So how do I feel about it now? I can tell you when it first came out, I wasn't too happy. Michelle saying you're way off. It happens. I got old brain. It does definitely happen. Dominic Sinclair says they're wiping the whole story. That's whew, and creating from scratch. I mean, looking at the article from what was put out by Mark Helwig, you kind of have to think that that's in the cards for what they're doing. I mean, it almost has to be, right? I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. Let's see. Russell saying, I think they need to focus on Dr. Loomis. Yeah, I mean that's definitely one way to go. My biggest concern with that is replacing Donald Pleasance as Loomis. Like, are you gonna give us a character that can hold the weight? Of is that character dynamic enough to say, yes, I can focus a show on this person and people be entertained? So not only is the character gonna have to be written right, but also, the actor is going to that whoever plays Loomis, if they have a Loomis, he is going to have some shoes to fill, because there's a lot of different fans that are just like, no, there's only one Loomis, and it's Donald Pleasance. That's going to be a tough ask. That's a really tough ask. And it's just like, man, if you go that route, if you do, I hope you got somebody that's really ready to take that on, because that is tough. Val is saying it would be cool on seeing a story after he killed Judith. Yeah, to an extent. And I think that a lot of different people, and we've talked about this in the past, for liking Halloween for what Halloween is. I found in doing this channel and talking Halloween so much that Halloween has so many fans, and it's very rare for it to be the same reason that people are fans of Halloween. Like, you look at it, for the amount of people that like the fact that Michael's past and why he does what he does is a mystery, and I wouldn't want to fill that up with Michael stories. You know what I mean? Like, to show up with stuff about Michael going all the way through to where you familiarize yourself with that character and just be like, I'm kind of starting to figure this guy out. Like, I really don't want that. Like, I love Michael's mystery. I love, not knowing anything about Michael. But you know what? There are a lot of other fans who want to know what happened. They want to know what it was like in Smith's Grove for Michael. They want to know what it was like as Dr. Loomis, what was being his, him being Dr. Loomis's patient. For me, it's just kind of like, I feel like in the original Halloween that Loomis said it all, giving us that backstory, talking about he's looking past the wall, to this night, and it just felt like, I don't know if I want to see that, just me, as a fan. I kind of like that. He killed his sister when he was this old, and then all of a sudden we fast forward into, he's getting out, because it kind of leaves your mind to imagine what it was like. A lot of times when you try to, when your imagination gets, filled, like they show you what it was, it doesn't really, it doesn't always live up to, the expectation that your mind had and your imagination had for it. So kind of tough with that, but yeah, that's, my Chunky Jordy is saying you can't replace Loomis, so they need to change that. And that's another thing, and that's kind of what I was talking about before. Like, if they do, I mean, with Donald Pleasance passing away, do you think that the character of Loomis should pass away? And I don't really know about that. Like I'm sure that there are people that could do it, but we're gonna have to remember that Loomis is gonna have to change. He's not gonna be the exact same person. Nobody wants to see somebody go on there and do their impersonation of Donald Pleasance. So the story's gonna have to evolve in some way, and that's gonna come with time. It's definitely gonna come with time. Val is saying you can get that guy who did the flashback scene to play Loomis in the TV series. Yeah. I mean, I know there was a lot behind that. Like, he had a lot of prosthetics on his face. They had somebody else doing the voice, so you would kind of have to ADR everything that he said, someone else impersonating the voice. It would definitely be tough to do. It would definitely give you the look. And the way they kind of did that, they were very creative with how they shot Loomis in that flashback scene. God, I love that flashback scene so much. By not showing too many of his mannerisms. You know what I mean? Like, Loomis had those little mannerisms. It's tough. It is definitely tough. Russell Dorsey saying Al Pacino as Dr. Loomis. That would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. I'm just trying to picture it now. That's nuts. Val is also saying, I'm not sure I would like that if he didn't have some kind of connection to the OG at least. That's what makes Halloween Halloween. Take that away. And then why say it's a Halloween series? It has to. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely has to. I'm more so worried that they're... And look, I feel the same way about the Crystal Lake series coming out, okay? Don't let me know who this person is before they become... Like with Michael Myers, don't let me know who this person is before he becomes a shape. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see that. I definitely do not want to see it. It's tough. My Chunky Jordy is saying, I enjoyed the flashback, Val, but I wouldn't watch someone impersonating Donald Pleasance all the time. That scene fit the film, not a series. And that's kind of what I was thinking along those lines. Somebody's gonna have to come in and they're gonna have to make this role their own, and pull people in that way. Like, it's tough to say. A lot of people go through that with someone else playing Freddy Krueger if they make a new Nightmare on Elm Street. It's things are gonna have to evolve, and you don't want to see someone just trying to be the older version of that. Let's see. Dominic Sinclair is saying, if they have Michael Myers, then it's a Halloween series. Well, that's true. It might not be a good one. Like, that's the thing. Like, I've seen plenty of bad things done with Michael Myers. That's for sure. Resurrection. Sarah's saying, exactly, Val. If the only thing they have is the character of Michael, why bother? It's the rest of the lore, including the shape, that makes Halloween what it is. I agree. I do. And to me, looking at that's all the things of me just not knowing, to fill that in with my imagination, and to be, to put that in there. I just really don't want explanations for everything, and that's what makes me nervous about them focusing on that. But they're not going to do that, right? They're not going to do that. Jeff D'Angelo is in the chat as well, saying, hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, Jeff? I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Dominic St. Clair said, what if they cast Jamie and Randy from the Scream? Jamie Kennedy is Dr. Loomis? Dude, I can't. Don't get me wrong. I like Randy and Scream, but dude, I can't. Like, no. I can't. I definitely can't do that. Let's see if I missed anything else at the end of this here. Let's see. So Hellwig also knows we're on a fan. Yep, read all that already. As a reminder, Miramax co-owns the Halloween film rights alongside Trancas. In other words, the new universe from Miramax and Trancas could potentially span film and television. 2022's Halloween Ends was the 13th installment of the Halloween franchise, which never made its way onto the small screen. This one will be a big time first. Yeah, all stuff that we knew already, and it's actually crazy. It's actually nuts. So again, without them giving us more information, they're very good at giving us little pieces here and little pieces there. But I'm definitely looking forward to some updates. Like, um give me something. You know what I mean? Like give me some hope. Like that's what I want. Michelle saying blah blah blah. Yeah, I felt the same way reading it for sure. But I don't know. Like I kind of feel like when you go back like that, just I just sound like a broken record at this point. Like, just don't give me too much. Give us some new characters, give us some storylines, intertwine that with Michael, uh, give us some of that suspense, give us some of those, Halloween feels. The score's got to be right, that Halloween atmosphere, and I'm definitely going to be happy with it. One thing that they did mention at the end, it could span in both television and on the movie screen. I wonder if they plan to connect that, because that would be, two of the franchises that are now talking about doing that. That would be Camp Crystal Lakes talking about, going into a movie. And now, Halloween talking about a show, then going into a movie. I think it can be great if it's done right, but we don't really see a whole lot of that. So I definitely want to keep an eye on, what they're doing with that for sure. Let's see. Melissa's in the chat as well saying, hi, Michael. Hi, everyone. What's up, Melissa? I hope you're having a great day. Eric is not going live tonight. So I didn't mention that either. I will not be over on the Bearded Entertainment tonight. There will be no show tonight. So the next time you guys see me will be Thursday night at 8 p.m. We will be doing a watch party for Halloween 1978. And that will be the first time on this channel. We have never done a watch party for Halloween. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's been a few months since I've seen it. I definitely want to, I can't wait to sit back and watch that with you guys. It's definitely going to be fun. It is definitely going to be fun. So we talked a little bit about Halloween's future. We're kind of still sitting where we were a couple months ago. Unfortunately, it doesn't really, they're just not giving us anything. You know what I mean? And that kind of sucks. It does. Like I'm being greedy about it. Okay. That's what it is. I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy with that. I'm being greedy with Crystal Lake. It's like Crystal Lake. Come on, you guys. They've been working on that longer than they've been working on Halloween. They're giving us nothing on that. They're giving us nothing. Dominic is asking, Michael, would you like to see connections to another Halloween themed film, Trick or Treat, in the Halloween TV series? Man, no, I think I would just want to keep it Halloween, dude. I just want to keep it Michael. I just want to keep it, that atmosphere. Trick or Treat, they should be having a new movie coming out here soon. I think they're doing Trick or Treat 2, or they're at least working on it. And believe me, I love Sam. Don't get me wrong, Sam's awesome. Definitely looking forward to that, but I definitely wouldn't want to see them intertwine with anything else, at least not for now. Melissa's saying we need another Halloween movie, not a series. Melissa, I honestly think that you're going to eventually get both. I do. I think that's something that you're planning on, especially with Miramax owning the rights, with Trancas, of course, to both the TV show and, a potential movie. And that's something that they talked about in that article. So, I mean, I'm down for a TV series. If I have an option to watch a new Halloween, series every week, like, yes, I'm definitely going to check it out. I don't think that they're making the TV show to replace a movie. So I don't think that they're going to get away from, making Halloween movies. I think that I'm looking at this as a bonus. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, well, I get to watch, Halloween. What if it's a series on Netflix or Peacock or something? It's like, yeah, I'm going to go home and watch Halloween tonight. Did you see that new episode of Halloween? That's cool, man. Especially with the, the success of, the Chucky series. Like when that first came out, everybody's like, man, this is awesome. Do something like that. I bet you with Halloween, it'd be freaking awesome to do. Let's see. Russell Dorsey saying, I can put on Halloween 78 anytime. Me too, Russell. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's been a minute since I watched it. I'm definitely looking forward to this Thursday. Definitely. Sean has, yes, Michael, we need some dude, we need some Jason. I know this is Michael's night, and this is all I'm really gonna say about it because it is halfway to Halloween. It's been 2009 was the last time we got anything with Jason in it. You know what I mean? That's 15 years ago. That's crazy. There are 15-year-olds, probably people older than that, 20-year-olds that have never seen Jason on a big screen whatsoever. They've never seen him. I mean, you could say the same thing about Nightmare because they're only, a year ahead of that. That's 14 years. Some of this stuff, it's like, yeah. Val reminding everyone, please make sure you have hit that like button. Yes, if you have not hit that like button yet, please do so. It definitely helps me out over here. Let's see. Russell is saying sometimes TV series lead into movies. Yeah, they do. They do. And I'm kind of hoping that that's kind of the direction they're leaning with, both of these shows. Melissa's saying, yeah, same Russell, 78, 4, and 18. I can watch a lot. All good movies. All good movies, in my opinion. Val is saying, I feel like they are going to use the TV series to set up for future movies. I feel like they are. Like that's the thing. Like, think about it this way. We just finished David Gordon Green's trilogy, right? We kind of already had that, that connection through 3 movies, through a trilogy that, we have this connection with James Hugh Courtney as Michael and Michael being older and this and that. Started from scratch. Like, give us Halloween, make it feel new, make it feel fresh, but still have that old school Michael stuff in it. You know what I mean? Like, don't lose that. And also, too, like the fact that they're saying they're going back to 78, John Carpenter's movie. I feel like, this show is going to take place around this time. I don't feel like they're going to try to modernize it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like they're going to be like, well, Michael killed Judith back in 2000, and here it is 2025, probably by the time it comes out. 2025, he killed his, so I feel like they're going to stay in that area in that time period, and that they're going to, film it around like that. So, yeah, I really hope it's good. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I really think they need to bring in that guy from Halloween Kills. That guy that did it. What was his name? Aaron Armstrong, I think his name is. Who played Michael in the flashback. I think he did freaking amazing. And not to mention the look. It's one of the best looking Michael Myers I've ever seen. It's a 78 version, but filmed recently. It looks so good. He looks so good. Christopher Nelson killed it with that mask. 100%. Melissa said, I just started watching Chucky series, better than the movies. And hey, like a Halloween series. What if, right? You can hope. At least you can hope. Melissa also says, would you watch? I would watch it. I would watch it. Val saying, need some Jason in my life. Living that. Definitely do. Let's see. Russell saying Chucky TV series goes with the movies. Awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Michelle is saying Chucky series is good. I think I made it to like episode 4 or 5 of the first season. I think it could be like 2 or 3. I'm not sure. Let's see. Melissa's saying I won't watch it. Yeah, it's gonna have Michael in it. It has to have Michael in it. It does. Russell saying I'll watch the yeah, I'll watch it too. I'll watch it too. And Sarah's also saying the entire flashback was incredible. It was, and that's the thing. Like with that, seeing that movie in the theater, and I know Kills, as a whole has its issues, but man, the way they set up that flashback and you go into it, it was just like I literally felt like I was watching something from 78. I literally felt like I was, from the way the film looked to the sound, to see in Haddonfield, the way the Myers house was, all of that stuff pulled me in so well. And I know this is wishful thinking. Okay. When I say this, I know this is wishful thinking, and I know that it's more than likely, not going to be of that quality, but could you imagine a TV series like that? Could you imagine a TV series that was set that look just like that, I mean, come on, you guys. That would be freaking amazing. That's what I want. You know what I mean? Like, that is literally what I want. I want this whole series to feel like that flashback scene in Kills. That's what I want. Will I get that? I doubt it. I do doubt it. But what does Michael want? That's what Michael wants. If you notice the thumbnail, what did I have on the thumbnail? If you noticed it, I had Flashback Michael on the thumbnail. Yes, that is Flashback Michael. That's what I want. I want an entire TV series of that flashback set up just like that, feeling like the 70s. Like, pay attention. This is what we want. Well, it's what I want anyway. I know a lot of people love Halloween for different reasons, but give me that and I'm going to be super happy. I am going to be super happy. Let's see. Val is saying it felt like, yeah, flashback scene. It did. It felt just like we were in 78. They did such a good job with that. Val's also saying, oh my, yes, Val. Yes, give us that. I mean, okay, let's look at it this way. When you have a TV series, somebody let me know how many episodes per season is Chucky. So I'm trying to get, what is it, like 10 episodes? Is that what they're doing with Chucky? A lot of these shows that you look at that are kind of, you look at Stranger Things, it's usually between 8 and 10. You look at like, I'm thinking 10, right? Is that fair to say that we're probably getting 10 episode seasons? Russell's saying 8 episode seasons. And I can live with 8. I can definitely live with 8. Or is it 8-hour long episodes? Are we going to get an hour each time? Don't give me 8 half-an-hour episodes. Then I'm going to be a little bit aggravated. You know what I mean? Like, give me, I understand. Give me 8 53-minute episodes. I'll be happy. I'll be happy with that. I think that's enough time. The first season's probably going to be a little weird, because they're going to have to, pull everybody in and take, get the story started and everything, especially starting from scratch. We're going to be introduced to a whole bunch of new characters. We're going to have to wrap our head around that. So a lot of times when you look at, a lot of series on TV, you're always like, yeah, that first season was okay, but then the second season, it got really good, and I can name tons of shows that are like that. When I go back for rewatch, that I don't usually watch the first season because usually a first season is set up. So that's something that concerns me too. Like, what if they're going through all of that and people are just like, oh, this show sucks, it doesn't really give it a chance to get in what it could potentially be. And I feel the same way about the Crystal Lake series as well. It's funny how both of these are working, pretty much side by side here to come out. I wonder which one comes out first. Really do. So Chucky's 45 minutes. Yeah, I mean, 8's. Yeah, I mean, I could live with that. I could definitely live with that. Melissa's saying, well, I want Cobra Kai back. Yeah, I mean, I do too. How long has Cobra Kai been? When did the last season of Cobra Kai end? I feel like I've been waiting for that forever. Like that's, I feel like that was a couple years ago. I really do. Russell saying the final season of Cobra Kai is coming. Yeah, final season, and that's coming. Final season of Stranger Things. They're filming that now. There's all kinds of leaks coming out everywhere from that. I'm trying to stay away from all that stuff. I definitely don't want to see any of the Stranger Things leaks. I really like Stranger Things, and I really want to be surprised when I see everything. So I'm avoiding all the spoiler talk and all the videos coming out about things that people are seeing happen while they're filming. Like, I don't want to know any of that stuff. I don't. I want to be able to sit back and watch this. Melissa saying, been a long time. Another good show on Netflix is Outer Banks. I may have seen Outer Banks. I'm not sure. Is that the one? Maybe. I'll have to look it up. I think I may have seen some of it. Probably not all of it. I'm really notorious for starting shows and not finishing them. The one I get heat for the most is Breaking Bad. I didn't finish it. I got bored, and then everybody told me as soon as I quit, like the season after, it was like the best one ever. So it's like, oh, that's sad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Melissa. I did see that. I don't know if they had new seasons, I probably didn't see them. But I think I know what you're talking about. Michelle saying Breaking Bad was so good. I know, and like I literally stopped in the middle of season 4. I got bored in season 4, and then Breaking Bad season 5 comes out, and I hear that it's like one of the best seasons of any show ever. So it's to the point now where I'd have to go back and pretty much rewatch the series, or at least watch a few videos to kind of catch me back up on where I was. At least I think it was season 4. Walter was working in like a where I stopped, he was working in like a facility doing his stuff there. It's I don't know. But yeah, so we kind of talked about, let's see, hold on one second. Honestly, the only show that's still on, I'm actually excited for next season is Stranger. I can't wait for Stranger Things. I can't wait. And I don't want to, jump into this too much. Maybe I'll I'll do another stream about this another time, but there are so many characters that I love from Stranger Things that it's just like, how are you going to wrap all this up? I don't know. I just feel like we're going to be losing some of them. As long as we don't lose Murray. Murray's my dude. It didn't happen right away, but as that show went on, that's my guy right there. Something happens to Murray, I might be done. Russell said final season of Stranger Things is coming soon. I know they're filming it, man, but I feel like that's going to be in like post for like a year. I honestly do. I don't think we'll see that until probably late 2025, if I had to guess. Michelle said, I got bored with Stranger Things. Hey, last season was awesome. Last season of that show was freaking awesome. For sure. Felt very Nightmare on Elm Street. It really did. But yeah, so Halloween, we kind of don't really know, a lot of stuff. We don't really know, a lot of stuff that's coming, but at least we know we have something coming, right? I figured they'd wait longer than they did. But I guess that, the money that the David Gordon Green trilogy brought in was justified them trying to come back right away. So I literally expected that. I didn't think we'd see anything Halloween until probably about 2027. I was saying 5 to 7 years on that before we'd see anything. So the mere fact that this is about to come up, it's like, wow, like that's pretty quick. And here's another question for you guys is, with these 3 movies that have come out, so recently, do you think that it's going to suffer from like Halloween fatigue? Do you think that there's a Halloween fatigue there to where people are just going to be like, I thought he just died, because you have your fans that are, really big fans that, people are just like, yeah, like, well, no, this is be a different timeline. But then you have a lot of casuals, you have a lot of casuals that, you talk to, it's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm about to go watch that new Michael Myers movie. You know what I mean? Like it's very, it just, I'm just curious about that. If there's going to be any Halloween fatigue there. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Let's see. Sarah says Stranger Things is one of my favorite Yeah, it was a great season. I still enjoy the first one the best. But it was just I loved it. Sarah's also saying Murray doing karate on the plane was one of my favorite. Dude, Murray's shit. Murray's freaking awesome. Russell is saying Murray betrayed Harper. James is saying, hey, James is here. What's up, man? The Shape has entered the chat. Hi, Michael. Forgot about the show. Just got my lawn mowing done. Hey, man, I hope you're having a great day. I do. Michelle is saying, then again, I guess it depends on how they make them. If it's like Halloween Ends, it'll be disastrous. I'm the fact that they're saying that they're going back and it's gonna be, that only John Carpenter's 78, like it's tough. It's really tough because of the way they word everything. In some instances, they're like it's total reboot, total creative reboot. And then other things are saying, well, we're going back to John Carpenter's 78 film. And it's just like, so so did it happen already, or are you going to reboot that too and just follow that like formula? That's the tough thing with it, that we don't know. Hell, at this point they might not even know yet. They might know, the time frame that they want to keep it in, but I don't know. They said it was moving fast. I'm kind of curious to see what they deem as fast. I would love to hear that it's filming. That would be great. But I honestly don't even feel like they're probably even close to filming yet. I don't know. But I'm definitely looking forward to Thursday, you guys. I'm definitely looking forward to watching that with you guys. So make sure you guys have your copy of the 1978 Halloween, so we can all watch that together. God, it's been a minute. I think Clayton's going to join me on that show for that night. So that should be a fun time. That should definitely be a fun time. And that'll be at 8 p.m. on Thursday. So what else do you guys have for Halloween? We are halfway there. We are halfway to Halloween. Let me talk about Ends. I'm going to go ahead and open it. I'm going to do it. Let me talk about Ends. When Ends first came out, I was a little aggravated. And I mean, I forget what show I was on after it came out, but I was pretty aggravated. And I think I was more disappointed than anything else. The way that trilogy was put together, like I absolutely loved Halloween 2018. It went right back to what I wanted Michael to be. It made me feel like the shape that I loved was back. James Drew Courtney was killing it. It was the Michael that wasn't the brother. It was the Michael that didn't have an agenda. He was the shape again. Like he was the shape, and that had me so excited. Halloween 2018 still, one of my favorite Halloween movies, because of the way they did that. Did it have its issues? Yeah, it did. Every movie's gonna have their issues, but to me, it brought me back. Like it really brought me back, and I was so excited about that. I was so excited. Let's see. Michelle says, "Here we go." Sarah is saying, well, October 31st is my birthday, the big 35. So I'm looking forward. That's awesome to have your birthday on Halloween. That's freaking awesome. James is saying halfway to Halloween. Oh yeah. Val is saying, all right, Michael, we're going. Yeah, we're gonna go there. And I'm kind of leading into it. I'm talking a little bit about 18. I'll talk a little bit about kills, and then I'll jump in on Ends. Let's see. Michelle is saying October 12th is mine. My son is the 23rd. Russell is saying you should check the Stranger. Oh yeah, you would like Stranger Things. It's freaking awesome. Let's see. All right. So with Halloween 2018, like I said, I won't repeat myself, but I absolutely loved it. And then we went to Kills, and when Kills started, it was just like, all right, this is good. I enjoy this, and then we got the flashback scene. I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking fantastic. Like, this is the best. And then you go from the flashback scene basically right into the firefighter scene. And it's just like, this is freaking amazing. Now, the rest of the movie kind of falls short. It is somewhat of a guilty pleasure movie for me. I don't feel like it's very well done. I would have did a lot of things differently with it. But you do get to see a badass Michael, and it's not really a whole lot of substance with Kills. But yeah, a lot of questions when it came out. I feel like it had a lot of great moments in an unorganized mess. You know what I mean? Like there were a lot of good moments in Halloween Kills, but it just didn't flow that well. When I talk about Kills, I always talk about it as a guilty pleasure for that reason, because it's just like, you know, you could have did a lot. You could have did a lot more with this. You could have definitely did a lot more with this. Let's see. Val said the firefighter scene was amazing. Yeah, I love the firefighter scene. I love the firefighter scene. Michelle saying Kills is worse than Ends. Yeah, I'll talk about Ends here in a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Michael, you ever watched Dave McCrae channel? Seen his fan films there? Good Black Christmas and It's Me. Yes, I have. Dave McCrae's been on this show before. I like Dave McCrae. He's a good dude. Definitely a good dude. We watched It's Me Billy 1 on this show, on this channel with him. I would say that was probably like, shit, I don't even remember. That was a while ago. It was definitely a while ago. But so, you know, Halloween Kills, and then going into Halloween Ends, like this is where I had the biggest, you know, disappointment with it, you know, was if you have, you know, a trilogy of movies following a certain like story, you kind of just abandoned it, and then you basically took the main character out of the movie. That's the biggest issue I have with Ends, was I didn't even get a chance for it to be a good story, because and this is probably something that is said a lot. You know, the whole Corey and Allison thing, I think could have worked as a separate story. I really do. I think that it could have. And what we were promised, you know, if you look at all the trailers, you look at, you know, all the advertising, you know, it was billed as Michael versus Laurie for the final time in an epic showdown. That just it just fell short to me. You know, it really fell short. At the time, you know, it aggravated me a lot. Like it really. You know, as time's gone on with Halloween Ends, I've probably seen that movie, I don't know, I'd say 5 times. I'd say I've seen it 5 times ish. And look, it looks good. Cinematically, it looks good. I think there were a lot of missed opportunities with that. And I think that, you know, it's good up until when? Until Michael shows up. You know, and I hate to say that, but like to me, that was supposed to be his story. And he got sidelined, you know, like you sidelined your Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? You kind of gave him a side role, like, and it just didn't wrap up, you know, the way that selfishly that I wanted it to. But yeah, I can't. I just not a huge fan, but at the same time, not the worst Halloween movie that's been made. I will say that. Blumhouse and David Gordon Green used the franchise to make PSAs. How a mob can affect the outcome of something. It was reflecting on current real life situations. Yeah, they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. Michelle saying it's funny to see different opinions on those films. Well, everybody has their own opinion. You like what you like. And that's something that I always welcome here for sure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't expect everyone to say, you know, I feel the same way about this. All your opinions are welcome here, whether you love Ends, whether you hate Ends, whether you think it's okay. Like, it doesn't matter. And that goes for all the movies, all of them. Melissa's saying the worst Halloween is H3 and Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. To me, Resurrection's the worst one, but you guys knew that already. Like, that's the one for me that I can't even do. Russell Dorsey saying, didn't they do the mob scene in Halloween 4? I don't know if you would consider that a mob, would you? I mean, it was like a group of guys. I don't know. It's a good question. Melissa's saying H4, perfect, love it. God, I hated the mask in Halloween 4. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It just felt like it just didn't feel like Michael. It didn't feel like Michael at all. Val's views, they used ends to try to tell why both in Corey and Shape had a similar story for both. One bad decision made them the boogeyman of Haddonfield. Yeah, but I mean, is that the right time to do it? You know what I mean? Like that's basically a retelling of the Killing Joke, with the Joker proving that one bad day can make someone go insane. It just I just wasn't ready. I what that's just not what I wanted, as a fan. Not to say that it wasn't right, not to say that it wasn't wrong, but that's just not. mm. Michelle saying Kills was so bad. I don't know. Shauna saying agreed, Michael, about ends. I just don't feel like it was the smartest thing to end a trilogy that way. Like you were telling one story and then it just went in a total opposite direction. Sarah saying if they had swapped Corey with Cameron, we would have had at least some kind of through line, and that's 100%. And Roland Campbell asked me when I was at Horror Hound. I talked to him and he asked me, he goes, well, what did you think of Ends? And I was honest with him. I said, man, I feel like they, and I said, no disrespect, dude. You played the role, and you played it well. You did your job. I don't blame Rowan Campbell at all for this, dude. He was awesome. What they asked him to do, he did it great, and couldn't be a nicer guy. And he was just like, he was like, what do you think? And I was like, dude, I just feel like they waited too long to introduce your character. I feel like if you were around in Kills, it would have gave us some connection and we wouldn't have had to try to tie it all together in one movie, and not only one movie, but the last movie of a trilogy. That was tough for me. And he said, he's like, I can support that. Let's see. James is saying the firefighter kills were awesome. I also like the kill when Michael jabs that woman, and that, yeah, dude, with that fluorescent ball, that was crazy. I'll tell you what was even more crazy than that, James, was Michael playing with his food after that. When he was sitting there with those knives and he was just poking that guy. Like, seriously, that was crazy. Let's see. Melissa saying I hated the mask, and oh god, I did too. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Sarah saying Resurrection H2 are the bottom for me, but Ends is close. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. James wasn't a fan of Ends. Yeah, I just wish that they would have did a few things different. I would have loved that Corey Allison story if it was in something different. I like the idea. It wasn't how I saw the end of a trilogy. Michelle is saying I'm a deep thinker. I probably broke them down too much. Yeah. We all look at things the way that we look at them, right? Like that's the thing, and we all look at them differently. But we're all fans, so it's awesome. Sarah saying Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Must clarify that. Yeah, I don't even, yeah. Like, I won't watch that. Somebody's gonna have to force me to watch that pretty much. Let's see. Halloween H2O is my favorite timeline. That's why Resurrection made me so bad it ruined it. Yeah, they did that. They did that. Michelle saying my thought process behind my reason for disliking Kills makes sense, but too long to explain here. Get it. Definitely get it. Melissa saying Scout did good as Laurie Strode. I just didn't like either of the films of Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'll tell you what, one of the things that, makes Rob Zombie's Halloween tough for me was you don't get to see Laurie Strode until an hour into the movie. And you don't even have an hour left. So it was really hard for me to care about him chasing this girl that I just met around. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't, with Laurie Strode in the original Halloween, you had all that time to connect with that character. And Rob Zombies, you really didn't, because you spent the first hour, with Michael as a child. And it just, I can't. I just didn't have that connection whatsoever. I don't think that Danielle or Scout did anything wrong. I think they did great in what they were asked to do. They did fantastic. Let's see. James is saying I hate those stupid white horse too and awful. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see where they were going with that, but hey, there are people that love that movie, and that's cool for them, man. They got something that they wanted. You know what I mean? Just because it's not what I wanted doesn't make me right or me wrong or them wrong. Melissa the Wild Card is saying just want Julian back in Halloween. He was great in 18. Oh, he was funny. Yeah, I liked him. He was funny. Russell saying Scout Keller Compton is a great actress, but she is no Sharon Stone or Laurie Strode. Melissa saying being all grown up, Michael goes after him like he did when Lindsay tried to. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, I liked him. He was funny. James saying I did like Rob Zombie's Halloween. That one was pretty good. And there are a lot of people that do. But it really depends on why you like the Halloween movies too. And that's something I've noticed, like what you watch them for. And that's, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Sarah saying I didn't hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. I thought it was an interesting take. I can't hate on him for that, but good God, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is horrible, unwatchable for me. It's a tough watch for me too. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but there are a lot of people that love it. You know what I mean? And I've had people on his channel that like that movie, and it's to their, no one's fault of anyone's. It's just what they like to see. You know what I mean? And that's fine. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. It's always come down to what you like. You know what I mean? And they see something, that I may not see or you may not see in that movie that they enjoy. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Val is saying Rob Zombie's Halloweens do not exist in my world. And it's here's the thing with Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. I have to give him credit for this. He definitely put a different spin on Halloween. He did his own thing. He made it his, and it's out there. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. And it is a remake. So I watched a 4-hour documentary on Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. And I saw some of the things, that they were going through with it, and what his vision of it was. To me, I just think they spent too much time, showing Michael, and not building that connection with the characters for the second half of that movie. Because the third act, to me, there's no emotional connection for me. When Annie's getting attacked in Rob Zombie's Halloween, the only reason I feel bad is because it's Danielle Harris. And I'm thinking of Jamie Lloyd from, part 4 and part 5. But I didn't spend enough time with that character to build that connection to really feel anything for what was happening to her. But I will tell you this, that scene Michael had, Tyler Mane, in the house with Dee Wallace, that was freaking crazy. Like that was crazy. Like seriously. Let's see. Val is saying I didn't like Rob Zombie's version because he gave he did give the why. His Michael wasn't shrouded in mystery. You know what I mean? Like he wanted to give an explanation. And you talk to a lot of people who love Rob Zombie's Halloween and they want to know why. They wanted to know the answers to the questions why, and that's fine. I mean, to me personally, he's Michael Myers at that point and not the Shape. Michelle is saying it's great. Rob Zombie's Halloween is great. That's awesome. Melissa saying they put Michael back together in pieces like Robot Jason and Jason X. Oh, you're talking about continuing ends? No, let's just let that one go. Like he died in that one. We live in the world of the multiverse, right? So we'll just go to another multiverse. Melissa's also saying Michael goes to space. What is he gonna do in space? Russell saying, so Val, you agree Scout Taylor Compton is no Sharon Stone or Laurie Strode. Done. James saying there's no better Halloween than the first one. Love the way Michael looked. He was so badass. Are you talking about the first one for Rob Zombie or the original, James? Let me know what you think there. Let's see. Take them right out, line them up. Just forget about Scream 5 and 3. Oh, you guys talking Scream. I got you. Let's see. Jameson, the only thing I didn't like about the Rob Zombie one was Michael talking. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the biggest thing, with me was, and Val touched a little bit on this in the chat, was he did give the why. And that's like, I always say this when I talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween, and it's because it's how I feel with that. Is, if you look at the original 78, you're left with why, why did he do this? Why is this put to, whereas Rob Zombie's Halloween, he is a carbon copy of every serial killer book that you've ever read about anyone. Like, he has all the symptoms, and all the signs of a serial killer. So to me, it made him just a normal, serial killer. That's tough. Michelle saying, I gotta go. Have a good night, everyone. Take it easy, Michelle. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a great night. So that's what's kind of tougher for me, on that end. But it's tough, you guys. It's definitely tough. But again, like I say, we all like them for our own reasons, and that's the thing, because I can look in this chat and you could see the differences. Like, you see some people saying, I love H2O. You see some people saying, I love Halloween 4. Then you have people saying, I love the original. And we're lucky enough to have that many options. You know what I mean? And you see people, I love Rob Zombie's Halloween. We're lucky enough to have a series that has that many options for that, people to like that many different things and to have a choice to like that many different things. I mean, how many of these, movies, it's just like there are 13 Halloween movies, right? 13 Halloween movies. That's crazy. 13 movies. Now they're coming out with a TV series, and I'm sure that'll go into another movie. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Let's see. Val is saying the shape is scary because we don't know the why. And yeah, and that, see, I tend to fall under that category of fan as well, Val. But there's a lot of people, you ask why you like Michael Myers, and he's like, well, because he's badass. I want that big Jason type character that just, is brutal and you can know everything about him and it'd be okay. To me, it was always that made the difference, like that was the difference between Michael and the others, was the thing that scared me, as a kid, was like, why? Like, how could you go from this to this? Like, what happened to make him do that? And yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Melissa saying, I think he's scary because he tilts his head in a creepy mask. I don't think. To me, it's here it is. I'll break down Michael for me. And the shape is a perfect way to describe, what he is. That mask, that blank mask, right? That you can't see his eyes. It's almost like there's nothing there. Just a shape. Just a shape in the darkness, because there's the absence of everything. There is no, and that's a thing too. Like, when you get into the later sequels, like, Michael had an agenda. The shape doesn't have an agenda. You can go just to Halloween 2. Michael had an agenda. That was the same movie where we find out, hey, Michael is Laurie's brother. And now he's going to walk clear across town to the freaking hospital to try to kill Laurie. That's an agenda, right? That gets away from what John Carpenter was originally doing with Michael Myers. And that's what they brought, Halloween 2018 back to him being, and that's one of the reasons why I love that movie so much. Even if you think about his conflict with Laurie Strode in Halloween 2018, that was orchestrated not by him. Dr. Sartain made sure that he got up there to make that happen. He brought them together. To me, Michael just, you never know. Like, he could walk down a street of crowded people. Which one does he pick? Like, you don't know. There is no rhyme or reason. But when you get into the other ones, and Halloween 4 is guilty of this as well. And that's, I know a lot of people love Halloween 4, but to me, it still falls under that he's not the Shape at that point anymore. He's Michael Myers. He's the crazy uncle. That's what he's become. And he has an agenda to find Jamie and kill Jamie because she's part of his family. Do I think the movie was entertaining? Yes. Yes, I do. But anything after the original, that's no longer what John Carpenter, had in mind. He's not the Shape. The Shape doesn't have an agenda. The Shape, no, he doesn't. You're gonna tell me that he's gonna break out of an ambulance, steal it, or crash it, and then steal a truck and drive back to Haddonfield to chase his niece that he's never seen before? It's like, all right, I'll go ahead and buy that. I mean, hell, the greatest thing about Halloween 4 to me is Loomis. Now, I'm not saying Halloween 4 isn't good. It's very entertaining. You know what I mean? Especially when you look at Halloween 5 and Halloween 6. Like, good God, man. Like those two for me. Halloween 5, that's the one that makes me, that's the one that angers me the most. Because Halloween 4 did have a good story. If you're buying it at that point and you're like, okay, I'm invested. Yes, Halloween 4 was good. Then Halloween 5 came out and it's just like, what are we doing here? Why is this happening? What are we doing? But too, in all fairness, not everybody was born when I was born. There are younger people that's all they know, is that, they never had that, original Halloween, like, that feeling of, who Michael was originally intended to be. And that's tough. I've been running my mouth. Let me catch up on some chat here. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's see. Oh. Melissa's saying you can run, you can hide, but Myers will always find you. Just like Jason. Yeah, Val saying the Shape is scary because we don't know the why. Yep. 100%. Melissa saying I think he's scary because we read this one already. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going back to no reason, nothing, just the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. Yes. H2 gives Melissa nightmares. Really? I don't know. That one to me, it just wasn't. I don't know. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. James is saying he's simply a killing machine, a mask, and a big knife. Yeah, but that's the thing with Michael is, the original Michael, he wasn't a giant. You know what I mean? Like it was more. There was so much more suspense, and the way that they did everything to where it just became everybody. And I think that's why I like, the original so much. Let's see. Melissa saying, yeah, but Jason has a machete. That's what he does. Melissa saying H3 angers me the most. No Michael. Yeah. And I mean, it would have helped if they were just like, hey, it's Halloween 3. This is what we're doing. Michael isn't in this one. You kind of had to find out when you watched it. Russell saying Michael Myers could have used a machete and cursed the Michael Myers in the hospital scene. Yep. James is saying indeed he does. No, he isn't. Don't go into Crystal Lake. Melissa saying, Michael, who's more scary to you, Jason or Michael? It's kind of so with those two, I think that Michael is the scarier idea, but it really depends on which Michael are you talking about. If you're talking about the OG, yes, I think Michael is scarier. Not that I would. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. If you're talking about, the OG Michael, yes, I think that he is scarier than Jason. But if I were in front of both of them, I feel like I would have a better shot at getting away from Michael than I would Jason. Does that make sense to you? Like, I think the idea of the Shape is scarier than Jason. But I would take my chances in Haddonfield on Halloween before I ever took a stroll in Crystal Lake. That's how I feel. Melissa saying Jason, Michael, yeah, they are. They're freaking awesome. They are freaking awesome. Let's see. James is saying both are to me. I would not want to meet either one. Yeah, like, me neither. Me neither, buddy. Me neither. So today I just wanted to come on. My plan was to come on, for about an hour today. And I'll probably do about another 10 minutes talking Halloween with you guys because it's so much fun. I didn't expect for it to, go this long. I just wanted to do an hour to say, happy halfway to Halloween to everyone. Just because, we have so many Halloween fans that hang out at Movies and Beyond. I'm a big Halloween fan. And the fun thing about this is we're all Halloween fans, but we all like different stuff. You know what I mean? I think that the one thing that most and not all Halloween fans agree on is they like the original, whether it's their favorite or not. I'm not saying that falls into it, but most of them like the original. And that's why I chose the original to watch on Thursday as a watch party. And I think that it's going to be a great time. I really do. So everybody needs to make sure that they have their own copy of Halloween for Thursday at 8 p.m. And I will let everybody know when to hit play. You will definitely have to watch it on a different device, but hang out with us in the chat while we watch it. So YouTube obviously isn't going to let me put that movie up. It would definitely shut my stream down probably within the first 5 seconds of me playing that movie. So we definitely can't put it up on the stream, but that doesn't mean that we can't have a good time watching this movie. And I definitely can't wait to do that. I definitely cannot wait to do that with you guys. Let's see. Russell is saying, if you watch the OG Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy was scary as hell. Yeah, especially as a kid, man. Watching that as a kid, it really freaked me out. Now, not as much. I really don't get that. I think that now I laugh more than anything, because especially the scene where he's walking down the alleyway with the long stretched out arms. I find that hilarious. Not to take away from the movie being good or anything, but I just remember it, seeing it as a kid being, way scarier than that. Let's see. Melissa say, my man say he'll be okay with both because they're slow. You really never watch them except 2. I made him go to the cinemas for 18 and ends. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Russell, only the OG one is scary of Freddy. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I think that the scariest Freddy, and this may be very unpopular with a lot of people, I think was in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I really do. I think that was the scariest looking Freddy that there was. I definitely think that, the original Nightmare is a better movie. But to me, just something about the way Freddy looked in 2, that and Freddy versus Jason, the Demon Freddy. I think that was freaking awesome. I think that he looked freaking awesome in that for sure. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Unless you guys have anything else you guys want to touch on before we get out of here for tonight. It was definitely fun to do on a Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. Kind of a crazy time, right? I put this stream together when I wasn't sure if Eric was going to have a show or not, so I wanted to get it done a little earlier. But man, you guys, like, this is so much fun to talk about Halloween. We're going to talk about Halloween even more. Make sure that if you guys are coming Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, that you have your own copy ready of the original Halloween so we can all watch it together. I will let everybody know when to hit play. We will all hit play at the same time, watch it on another device, and then we'll be able to chat here while we watch the movie. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. And I want to say thank you to all you guys that came out to talk Halloween with me. It was so much fun to do. And with that being said, the next time I'll be on will be Thursday at 8 p.m. and then Friday for Paranormal Friday at 9 p.m. So I will see you guys Thursday. Peace.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Hey, you